Hey there YouTube, biohackers, athletes, or simply just healthy individuals. My name is Victor Thorpe. I'm a two-time Olympian and bachelor in health and nutrition, and I'm really into wearables and health technology. So I decided to make a video where I try and compare the Whoop that most of us probably heard of and the Ultrahuman Ring Air that's a new player in the field of, well, health technology. I came across this realizing that it is way cheaper than all the other wearables and it's also lighter. And from what I could read online, it seems to be just as good. So I decided to make a comparison video, reached out to Ultrahuman, asked if they could send me a ring. And I've been trying it out, testing it together with the Whoop, wearing both of them every single day for the last 4 months in order to make this video where I compared the two of them. I can say already now I've been positively surprised by the Ultrahuman, the Ring Air. It is pretty incredible and it comes at a much lower cost than the Whoop. I'm gonna dive into the details in this video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So the first thing I want to say about the two wearables and the software behind it is that when it comes to the software, it is pretty similar. Obviously different layouts, different designs, but the data and the insights we can get is pretty similar. Obviously they have the big important markers, the big important numbers such as the HRV, the resting heart rate, respiratory rate, skin temperature, etc. All of these come with both of the wearables, so they are fairly precise and they're easy to compare when it comes to that. One thing that I found that the Ultrahuman had that the Whoop actually doesn't is that it tracks a circadian rhythm. For me personally, I travel a lot for my work, my skating career, and I go through a lot of different time zones and I experience jet lag more often than I would want to. So it's super cool having a thing that can guide me to how I should sleep, which leads me to the next point. The Ultrahuman Ring is super cool when it comes to giving personal feedback, personal advice, such as you should drink caffeine right now or you shouldn't consume caffeine right now in order to improve your sleep quality. It also tells you what's your ideal bedtime based on your circadian rhythm and what time you should wake up. The Whoop has another feature that I also like. It is a daily journal, so it's more yourself tracking what actually impacts and influences your health and your sleep. And you can go back in that journal and track those. So the Ultrahuman does a little more automatically, whereas the Whoop is based on your different numbers, how they influence the subjective stats that you put into the software. But overall, I would say the software is pretty close to identical. One thing that I do notice is that the Ultrahuman, I would say, is really good for general health and for fitness. Most of the advice and most of the numbers and the way they're presented really goes to promote health, whereas the Whoop, they try and bring it a little more towards the sports performance, which I also think is super cool. I obviously wouldn't recommend either of these if the goal is simply just to track your workouts. I would go with a GPS watch and a real heart rate monitor strap. But for the overall health and especially for the sleep, obviously I'm a big fan of the Ultrahuman because it is precise, it tracks what I need, and I don't think either of them can replace a heart rate monitor in an actual workout. The one thing that obviously is the biggest difference, and I also think that's where you gotta make your choice based on whether or not you want a strap or a ring. So as you can see, the strap is obviously bigger. You can wear it around your bicep or you can wear it around your wrist, where the ring, well, I don't think I need to explain that, but it goes around your finger. The big difference is that the ring is way lighter than the band. The Whoop band comes at 18 grams for a strap, including the actual tracker, whereas the ring comes at, depending on your size, from 2.4 grams up to 3.6 grams. So we're talking more than 5 times lighter than the Whoop strap. So obviously that's something, especially if you're into high performance. I'm a professional athlete, so I do really care about those extra grams, and also just the comfort of having a thing on your hand instead of at your biceps or your wrist. I do ice speed skating where we're wearing very tight aero suits, and it's just much more comfortable putting on a ring than it is having a strap under your suit up here. But I do really think this is an individual thing. If you do not like wearing rings, obviously you would not want a ring. The battery is, again, very similar between the two of them. The Ultrahuman Ring states on their website it can last for 6 days. That's also been my personal experience, whereas the Whoop states that it can last up to a week. So over the few years actually that I've had a Whoop, the battery life length went from 7 days to 5 days. So in an average, we can say 6 days. I am a little nervous how that's going to progress over time, but at the moment, both of them last for 6 days. Now the final and, in my opinion, most crucial points, because I do find that these health trackers are very pricey. It's a small thing, but they come at a very high price. The one big difference, and that is the thing that that made me choose the Ultrahuman ultimately above the Whoop or the Oura Ring is the fact that you have a single time purchase. Once you buy the ring for $350 US, or you can use my link below that I got from Ultrahuman, where you can get $35 off or 10%. Makes this way cheaper than the other tracking devices because there is absolutely no subscriptions. I find that super cool, and I do understand that is how most of these companies earn their money, that if you're looking to use this for a longer period of time, which I recommend, well, it's gonna add up. So looking at the Ultrahuman, we're talking $350 without the discount. And then if we look at the Oura Ring and the Whoop over the course of 1 year, they will have exceeded that. A 12-month membership with the Whoop is $360. So if you do prefer wearing a ring that's much lighter instead of a strap, whether it's around your wrist or your biceps, that is 5 times heavier, well, it is actually also cheaper. In terms of the data, you get all the same insights. So that is the reason I decided to make this video, to really just promote the fact that there is a cheaper player out there on the market that gives you the same insight, the same data, the same value, just for a much lower price already after the course of 1 year. Shout out to Ultrahuman. Thanks a lot for making a super cool product that I am using leading up to the next Olympic Games. And I recommend all of you guys to at least take a look at the link below, because it is a really nice way to save some money, but at the same time get more out of it. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. It was fun making it. I hope it helped you guys choosing your next health tracker. And I also hope you want to click subscribe, like, share it with a friend that's looking for a Whoop, Oura Ring, or an Ultrahuman Ring Air. See you for the next video.